sis. What we are doing is actually teaching our people who we are according to the Bible. Do you read the Bible? You do not? Why not? I can't hear you. I play basketball. I'm here. You play basketball? Yeah, I'm here. Well, what they got to do with you reading the Bible though? I get it all the time. You don't read at home when you're at night before you go to sleep? I try to. Okay, that's cool. You're giving an honest answer, you know what I'm saying? But you should come back to reading because it's a lot of important information in there that you're missing out on. You know what I'm saying? If I was to ask you what's your nationality, what would you be able to tell me? Huh? You black? Your father black? Alright, now, if I was to, what does black mean? Let me ask you that. Anybody, what does black mean? If we call ourselves black, what does it mean? You see that? It don't have no meaning. So we shouldn't call ourselves things that we have no meaning behind. You know, but when you read the Bible, it actually describes who you are, who we are as a people. The same ones that say that they are black or African American are actually described as the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You ever heard of that? You heard about the Israelites? All praises, all praises. So even with you knowing about the Israelites, you still don't want to pick up the book and read it? I try to, but... Okay. When you heard that the information about the Israelites, what exactly did you hear? I don't really remember because I was in church when I was around. Right? Okay. So, what they failed to teach you was that we as a nation of people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And we are God's chosen people. Y'all need to understand that. We are God's chosen people. We're not black, we're not African American, we're not Hispanic, Latinos, or Native American Indians. We are the Israelites. I'm going to show you what that word means because black don't have no meaning. African American don't have no meaning. So we got to get to the bottom as to who we are as a people. So as you play basketball, as you continue to grow in life, you'll have an understanding as to who you are while you're trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? Bring it out. Genesis 32:28.
This is the book of Genesis 32 verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
The Lord said that Jacob's name, who is the forefather of the Israelites, said your name will be called Jacob no more, but Israel. Let's find out what it actually means.
For as a prince,
as a what?
As a prince,
as a what?
As a prince,
as a what? As a prince, as royalty. Read.
Hast thou power with God?
As what?
Hast thou power with God?
You got what?
Hast thou power with God?
We got power with the Most High God. Read.
And with men.
And with who?
And with men.
Read.
And hast prevailed.
And has prevailed. So we as a nation of people, we got influence over everybody else. Why do you think everybody else wants to be like us? We got power over men. And everything that we go through as a nation of people, including slavery, we have been able to prevail against, overcome. Everything that has been put in front of us, we have been able to overcome because we got power with the Most High God. So if you do anything else today, understand that you are Israelites, sis. Y'all are Israelites. And it means that you're royalty. And you got power with the Most High God, the creator of the heaven and earth. Everybody don't have that luxury. It's just that we don't know who we are. Now, my question to y'all is, why is it that we don't know that we Israelite? Why is it today, sis, that you walked up saying that you black instead of saying I'm an Israelite and saying it proudly? Why didn't you know that? They don't teach. Why else? Come on now. Why y'all don't know? Why didn't she know? Huh? Talk louder. Come on, come closer. Speak. We don't pick up the book and read. What you say? Come closer. I ain't gonna bite you. We don't learn what you say. I know you got some. Come on. Everybody need to hear what you got to say. People don't want to. What you think, young man? Bring forth your answer. Come on, let me hear what you got to say. Why didn't we know? Why didn't she know that she was an Israelite today? We don't learn it. All right, I'm gonna show you exactly what's in the scriptures. Let me give you Jeremiah 17:4. I'm gonna show you exactly why she didn't know, why a majority of our people don't know, why y'all didn't know. Because every one of us up here should have known as soon as we came out the womb, as we were being raised, that we were Israelites. It shouldn't have been, that's a nice African American. She's so cute, she's so black. No, we should have been taught that we were Israelites, that we were royalty as soon as we came out the womb. But why is that?
It's the book of Jeremiah 17, verse 4. And though even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage.
The Lord said that we would discontinue from our heritage. Sister in the back, what's a heritage? Put you on the spot. Anybody out here that can tell me what a heritage is? What about you, sis? What's a heritage? Give me a guess. Tell me something about your heritage or our heritage as the people. What's a heritage? Give me something. Anybody? Come closer. Where we came from, that's good, that's good. What you think?
The origin.
What that mean?
Like, where you came from, where you started, your ancestors and stuff.
You saying our origin, where our ancestors come from. You got an answer, sis? What's a heritage? Come on. Come on.
Bloodline.
Bloodline. Good, good. Anybody else? Anybody else?
The way we dress.
The way we dress, all of those things combined make up a heritage. The language that we speak. We didn't always speak English. Anybody have any idea what we used to speak? Hebrew, correct. Hebrew. That's why they say they call us the Hebrew Israelite. We used to speak Hebrew. Now, all of y'all answers were correct. Your heritage is determined by your bloodline, how we dressed, our landmass, where we used to be at as a people, the things that we ate, the things that we celebrated. All of those things combined will represent our heritage, our customs that we once had. Now the Lord said that what? Read that again.
And though even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage,
the Lord said he will stop our heritage. Read.
That I gave thee.
That what?
That I gave thee.
That the Lord gave us. He said he would stop it. Y'all listening? Or y'all having a conversation? Alright. I need y'all to understand this. The Lord stripped us of our heritage that he gave us. Our heritage consists of what? Where we came from, the language that we spoke, the way we dress, the feast days. All of these things combined talk about our heritage. The Lord said, I'm going to strip these things from you. Read.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
The Lord said, I'm going to strip your heritage, everything that made you great. Take it from you, your fame, your glory. I'm going to take that from you and I'm going to make you to do what?
To serve thine enemies.
To do what?
To serve thine enemies.
To serve your enemies. Why do you think he had to strip our name, our identity from us to make us serve our enemies? Why do you think he did that? Anybody? Huh? We didn't keep his commandments. You're absolutely right. He did not keep the Most High's commandment that he gave to his people. Just like our parents. They give y'all rules to follow at the house, right? What happens when you don't follow the rules? Huh? You get discipline, punishments, judgments. All of these things happen to us when we don't follow the rules in the house. So if God has special people, his children, and we don't follow his rules, you think we ain't gonna follow no judgments? You don't think we gonna get a type of punishment? Part of our punishment was him stripping us of our heritage. That's why we're walking around today not knowing who we are. If I was to ask 10 other people that play on your team, what's their nationality? I guarantee they couldn't tell me. They gonna say damn near the same thing you said, if not something else. So this is why we have to come back to read the Bible, because our heritage has been stripped due to our disobedience. Finish that out.
In the land which thou knowest not.
Read that again from the top.
And though even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
So the Lord said, I'm going to strip you of your heritage. I'm going to cause you to serve your enemies. So how would the Lord get us out of our land before we even get there? Where is our homeland? Where is our land? Where is our homeland? Where are we from? Africa. Africa got over 50 countries in it. Where exactly in Africa are we from? If we are from Africa, where are we from? Because if you ask the so-called Chinese man, he's going to tell you exactly where he come from. If you ask a so-called African, he's going to tell you exactly where he come from. So if we are indeed Africans, where in Africa did we come from? Let me get Galatians 4:16 right quick. Or is it 4:26? Show you exactly where we come from, where our homeland is. Galatians 4:16, I believe. 26. Bring it out.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 26. But Jerusalem, where? But Jerusalem, where? But Jerusalem, where?
Who? Jerusalem,
which is above is free. Which is the mother of us all.
Which is what?
The mother of us all.
Which is what?
The mother of us all.
Jerusalem is the mother of us all. The Israelites. The Israelites, we come from where? From where? From where? From where? Where we come from? Jerusalem. Good. That means y'all paying attention. We come from Jerusalem. It's not just Africa, that's a big continent. We come from Jerusalem. That's what we need to understand. Now the Lord said he would strip us of our heritage, take us out of our land, where we would serve our enemies. Now the question is, when he took us out of the land, how did he take us out of the land? And how will we be serving our enemies? Anybody got any ideas? Huh? Slavery. Did y'all know that that's biblical? Did you know that, sis? If this right here is biblical, us going into slavery is biblical. Bring that out right quick. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. And then we're going to jump to 68.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
Some of them.
All his commandments.
The ones I want to do.
All his commandments. And his statutes, which I command thee this day. That all these curses.
Say what?
All these curses.
Say what?
All these curses.
All these curses, sis, will come upon us.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Because we didn't want to keep his commandments, the Lord said he would curse us as a people. Y'all understand that? Why did we go into slavery? Say it again, sis.
Because we didn't keep his commandments.
Correct. We did not keep his commandments. This is why this happened. Read 68 just to prove that. Go to 64.
64?
Yeah. 28:64.
Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee amongst all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other.
That's a curse right there. The Lord said, He's gonna scatter his people amongst all nations. Read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
They said what?
Thou shalt serve other gods.
Serve other gods like Buddha, Krishna, so-called white Jesus, white angels, Jordan, NBA, Islam. What else? Krishna. We gonna serve all these other gods. Cupid, Santa Claus. These are other gods that we gonna serve as a people, being scattered among all nations. Jump to 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Anybody know what Egypt means? What were we doing in Egypt in the beginning when Moses came to get us? Let me get Exodus 20:2 right quick, okay? Show you exactly what Egypt actually means. And print it out.
Book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God.
Hold on. Read it again.
Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Here is what Egypt means.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of what?
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. So what does Egypt mean? House of bondage. What is bondage? Huh? What's another word for bondage? Slavery. Correct. Read that again from the top.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Who gonna bring us in there? Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Who gonna bring us in there? The Lord. You see that? The Lord is gonna bring us into Egypt. Meaning what? What is Egypt? Slavery. Read.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did we get over here? With what? With ships. Slavery is biblical. Read.
By way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
We ain't gonna see our homeland again. Now what's our homeland? Come on now. Don't tell me no happen. What's the homeland? Where we from? Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Let me hear it together. Where we from? Jerusalem. All right. The Lord said we gonna get on these ships and we ain't gonna see our homeland again. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there,
when we get off them ships,
you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto my friend.
Unto your enemies.
And to all people.
Unto your enemies.
Once we got off them slave ships, guess what? We will be sold to who? Who will we be sold to? Who? Read it again.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Unto your enemies.
What will we be sold to? Our enemies. So when you look on this sign right here, come check this out, sis. When you look on this sign right here, they had us on the auction block. Who was there right there selling us? Right there. The same people that we mixing with today, having a good time with, doing everything with today, the Lord said that they are our enemies. Once we got off them slave ships, they would sell us. They did this all around the world. It ain't just them, but it's all other nations outside of the nation of Israel. They would sell us, making us slaves, and they would be our enemies, thus saith the Lord. Read it again.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen,
slave men,
and bondwomen,
slave women,
and no man shall buy you.
The Lord said we would be sold. So when they say nobody would buy you, that means nobody would be able to save you out of your captivity as a nation. Nobody would be able to buy us out of captivity. Contrary to what we all believe today, we still in slavery, still in captivity. We need their permission to do everything, our enemies. You can't drive down the street without a license unless they give you permission. You can't leave the country without a passport unless they give you permission. You are still in captivity. Think about that. So the Lord said that we would be in captivity serving our enemies because we didn't keep his commandments. Go to verse 46 right quick. Verse 46. Hold on, sis, before you leave. I want to show you something before you leave. Get her a flyer too, King.
Deuteronomy verse 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
The curses, sis, will be upon the Israelites for a sign. Now, a sign does what? Like on that building, they got Metro Mini stores. What does that sign signify? It's telling you what it is. Now, the signs of these curses will be upon the Israelites to tell them in the last days who they are. This is how we know we are the Israelites, by the curses that we go through as a nation of people. Read that again.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
How long?
Forever.
You see that? So we can't avoid it. All we got to do is open it and read, and then we'll understand who we are according to the Bible. We fit the curses. No other nation on this planet fit the curses that we have been put on. They don't. The other nations, so-called Chinese, Arab, East Indian, they don't fit the curses that we went through. None of them went through slavery on a slave ship. None of them. None of them. Every country in the world that you go in, it's a museum showing you what they did to us. A museum talking about how they had us on the bottom of the slave ship, how they used to rape, hang, and burn us alive. You're not going to find that on no other nation but the Israelites. And the Lord made it that way so that we will wake up in the last days and realize who the hell we are. Now, let me get Deuteronomy 10 and 12 just to let you know before you walk off what we're supposed to be doing. Because the signs identify and tell you who we are, but what are we supposed to be doing? Now that you know you're an Israelite, what are you supposed to be doing? Read.
Deuteronomy 10 verse 12. And now Israel.
And now who?
And now Israel. What doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Now that you know you're an Israelite, what does the Lord require of you? You know you ain't black no more. You know you ain't African American. Y'all know that. You know you're Israelite. What does the Lord require of you?
But to fear the Lord.
First you gotta fear him. Fear the Lord.
Fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways.
To walk in his ways.
And to love him.
And to what?
And to love him.
And to what?
And to love him.
Beforehand, we didn't know nothing about him. You didn't even know he chose you. Now you got to turn back to him and really show him that you love him. The same way you love basketball, even more. You go hard every day for basketball. Disciplining yourself, conditioning yourself, practicing on your shot, your dribbling, all that. Now you got to come back to show yourself approved and love the Lord that wake you up every day to be able to do the things that you love. Keep reading on that. Read it again from the top.
And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God,
fear him first,
to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God,
and serve him
with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments.
To what?
To keep the commandments.
To what?
To keep the commandments.
What do we have to do as Israelites every day?
To keep the commandments.
To keep his commandments. That's our whole job while we're here on this earth. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Keeping his commandments. His commandments are not hard to keep, but they tell us to keep us deceived in this world that we don't have to keep his commandments. But when you were living in your parents' household, if you're still there, if you're not, they had rules for you to follow while you live there, correct? Now what it look like, you living in their household doing what you want to do, expecting them to reward you or bless you. That ain't gonna work here. You have to follow the rules. Just like we got to follow the rules that the Most High gave his people for us to be blessed. That's what you read about all throughout the scriptures. But our people are not taught these things that everybody spoke about earlier. So we got to come back knowing we Israelites, remembering who we are, and start keeping these commandments so we can get from under that punishment that the Lord put on us. You know what I'm saying? You had a precept?
Precept is 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of God.
You see that? He's going to show you what love is. Now, let me ask you before you read it. What is love? It's a what? An affection that you show somebody? Okay.
For this is the love of God.
He's going to show you how to love God, how to show affection to the Most High God.
That we keep his commandments.
That we what?
That we keep his commandments.
That's how you show the Lord that you love him. The same way that you follow the rules in your household to show your mom or dad that you love them. You did whatever they told you to do within reason because you love them, right? Same thing with the Most High. Read.
And his commandments are not grievous.
And they are not grievous. They ain't hard to keep. But the thing is, our people don't want to keep them. And they don't want to keep them because they are not being told what they are. Now, if I was to ask you right now, do you know any of the commandments? Could you tell me? How many of them are there? 10. Now, is one of them in there that say, thou shalt not commit adultery? Is that a commandment? You think so? Do you know what it means? Okay. Adultery would say don't sleep with nobody, husband or wife. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, that's part of the 10. But does it tell you or state in there anywhere saying get married? It doesn't. My point being is that it's more than 10 commandments. So in order for you to be able to keep the commandments, you have to open the book, just like an instruction manual, just like a playbook that they give you on the team. You got to read and study the playbook in order to be able to play and be successful. Same thing with the Bible. We, as a nation of people who it was written to, have to open it up and study it to understand how we're supposed to move in this world. If we don't read, we're going to make mistakes that could either cost our lives or cost somebody else's life or cost us our blessings. I put it that way. But when you turn back to who you are and come back to reading, these are the things that we don't do as a people. We don't read for the most part. We got to come back to who we are and start reading and keeping the commandments. That's where we make change in our life. You want best. You want to do the best you can in life, right? Right? You got an opportunity. This is how you do so. I'm gonna give you one more commandment, then I'll let you. One more verse. I'll let you go. Joshua 1:8-9. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8 and 9. Because if we want to be successful in life, we want to be able to do the things that we want to do. We want to succeed in life. This is what we must do. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8.
This is the book of Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
The book, the Bible, shall not depart out of your mouth. So you got to make time for the Lord to read now. Understanding who the audience, who this book is actually written to, you got to take time for that. I know you're doing the physical with the discipline and with the basketball conditioning and the training, but you got to make time for the Lord. Read that again.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
The word meditate means think deeply. Say read and think on what's written in there.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
So that you can do what's written in there. Read.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
Then you shall make your way prosperous.
And then thou shalt have good success.
Okay, success.
Good success.
You say good success. When you follow the things that are written in here, then you will have good success. You want to be married one day, don't you? You want to have a family, right? You want to do it the right way. You come back to the Lord and follow the instruction manual. Then you will have good success. But when you follow what the TV say, you're going to have a bunch of chaos. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage.
What the Lord say?
Be strong and of a good courage.
Now, one of the things the coach always tell you when you go out there to play the game is be what? Strong. Don't be afraid. This is the same thing the Lord is saying, to give you encouragement, motivation, so that you can go be the best version of yourself every day. Read it again.
Have I not commanded thee?
He commanded thee.
Be strong and of a good courage.
Be strong. That's one thing that we don't teach each other. We don't encourage each other to be strong as a people. Read.
Be not afraid.
Say what?
Be not afraid.
Be not afraid. Be not afraid of anything that you're going to go through in life. Don't be afraid of these things. Only fear the Lord. But don't be afraid of anything you're going to go through in life. Read.
Neither be thou dismayed.
Don't be dismayed, shocked, depressed. Don't do that. Read.
For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest.
He always with you. He with you right now. He called you over here, whether you know it or not. He called you over here. We just did like this. You came. The Lord brought us here today just for you. Read.
Then Joshua.
Was that it on it?
That is it. Verse 9.
Read the last part of 9 again. Okay. For the Lord
thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest.
So if you want to be successful in life, sis, you got to come back and learn who you are. Keep these commandments. Believe in the Lord. Trust Him. He's going to lead you to greatness. He's going to teach you how to do all things. That's what we all out here striving to do day in and day out. Learn who we are and become better versions of ourselves each and every day. The things that we do out here in this world, it ain't teaching us this. All we doing is striving to go get money, have a good time, get another boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband. That's all we looking for. Excitement. Well, we ain't trying to become better at nothing. This is where we lack at. But when we come back to the scripture, we become a better version of ourselves with an ultimate goal at the end, which is getting the kingdom and bringing our people back together. Is that something that you want? All praise to the Most High. So today you learn what? That you're not black, but a what? A who? A what? All praise. Clap it up for that sister, man. All praise. Now, what's our job? What we have to do? Huh? Get back into the Bible and do what? Huh? Learn. But what's the most important thing? He said, what do I require of you as an Israelite? To do what? Read it again. Go back to Deuteronomy 10 and 12 for the sister. Now, go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Right. To show you it's the same message, you just worded a different way. You know you're an Israelite, that's great. Israelite, you're royalty. You gotta carry yourself in that manner. Read it.
This is Ecclesiastes 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
The whole reason why we're here.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
And what?
And keep his commandments.
As an Israelite, we gotta do what, sis? Keep his commandments, all praise it.
For this is the whole duty of man.
The whole duty of man. That's what we're supposed to do while we're here. So you know you're an Israelite. You know you got to keep the commandments. All you got to do now is repent, turn from your ways by opening the book and figuring out what you're supposed to be doing. Understand? When you get an opportunity, check that file out, dive into it, figure out, are they telling me the truth? Am I really an Israelite? Dive into it. Check out the information we got on there. It's for you. We're trying to get you to wake up and walk in the manner of royalty. You understand that? That's all we got unless you got some questions. All praises, sis. All praises. Hey, we appreciate you. All praise to the Most High right there. This sister learned she is what we like to be.